Why is it a problem to have a huge number of sexual partners? Every time a guy has sex with a new partner, his penis gets whittled down. Eventually it shrinks to nothing. I saw this on YouTube, so it must be true. In my experience, the more partners a person has, the more they enjoy the hunt and the chase, the fresh passion, etc. But they crave this feeling and just find a normal relationship where real life like grocery shopping and laundry all rather boring. STD, indications of infidelity, confidence issues. Or people like their partners like they like their sandwiches. Not fucked by other people. The only problem is STDs, including getting infected with unwanted pregnancy. Condoms doesn't guarantee 100% protection, and huge numbers will increase chances of getting infection even never doing it raw. Lots of partners signals a possible lack of commitment or other commitment issues. It's also an indicator of a higher likelihood of sexually transmitted diseases. Disease. Society, in general, has set a stigma on having many sexual partners. Religion has played a part in this, as does prostitution, since they are perceived as one of the lowest forms of a profession. You can't really change this mindset though. It has been a part of our society and will continue to be a part of society for at least our lifetime. I just acknowledge it for what it is, but continue to live my life according to how I want to. If you want to have sex with hundreds of partners, do it. If you don't want to have sex with anybody, then don't. Live your best life and be happy doing it. What others think about you won't matter in the end. Well, there's always becoming a carrier of silent diseases, like among many other things syphilis. Syphilis is an infection caused by bacteria. Most often, it spreads through sexual contact. The disease starts as a sore that's often painless and typically appears on the genitals, rectum or mouth. Syphilis spreads from person to person through direct contact with these sores. In women, the symptoms rarely show up, but in men the symptoms and resulting deterioration can happen fast. First of all, I'm a person who has a preference towards people with a low body count. Why? Because to me having a lot of sexual partners through history means two things: promiscuity and looking the sex as something unimportant, and I don't like both. Because I see sex as something pretty important, doesn't matter how I would practice it. I don't like the idea of my partners being like that. Sure, this is under the assumption that they are like that. But nowadays, with the trend of more sexually free being more common, my words are becoming more a reality than just a rant, or at least that's what I believe. Now, I read a lot of being insecure and anything else, and I think, am I insecure? And right now I don't think so, or maybe a bit, but I doesn't care really. The only time I'll care about someone past it's when they'll become my partner, because if they are themselves or with someone else, I won't mind. But if I'll be with them, then that's the moment it will matter, and it'll be up to me if I'll be with them or not. Nevertheless, I haven't found someone like that yet, nor I know. Something that I want to remark is that I can recognize if they want to change to better. But man, that will be something hard to swallow, at least to me. I hope this explains my point. Greetings. I don't care about body count. I care that my partner and I have similar relationship goals. But body count can be a good shorthand way of getting that information. If someone's fucked 100 people, I don't look at them as less than. But I do want to know what changed for them. Chances are, they are looking for a relationship style that isn't going to be compatible with me. But if we are looking for the same thing, why not? People get insecure about the fact that the more people a person has fucked, the less and less likely you are going to be their best. To that I say, skill issue. Anything in excess is harmful. STD. Honestly, most modern takes on sexual promiscuity come from intuitions ingrained in us to most effectively propagate our genes. Even if rationally there isn't anything that happens with too many partners, it is difficult if not impossible for our monkey brains not to have a knee-jerk reaction. Most people take these reactions, intuitions, and build a worldview that accommodates it. I'm not saying it's necessarily wrong to do this. Maybe too many partners really is bad in some way from some perspective. There isn't a true answer either way, so decide for yourself. This is a deeply personal question, but disease and infidelity are pretty strong reasons. But putting those aside, there are some people who can't seem to live with the idea of impurity or uncleanliness, which to me is an archaic and flawed mindset that puts undue emphasis on something that doesn't exist. I would say the most difficult part is if you get into a relationship or married to someone who has zero imagination or skills in the bedroom. It is a real mindfuck. I spent so much of my time thinking about past experiences, it's crazy. I can remember details 25 years ago like it was last night. But I remember them with a sense of loss and mourning, because I know I will never have any of that hot, sweaty, fantastic physical experience ever again. Disease and detachment. STD, self-worth, unwanted pregnancy, and potential violence and guilt. For me, sex is garbage unless I feel a connection. Hell, I'd rather jerk off than have bad sex. It's not worth it. Beyond risks of STDs or unwanted pregnancies or I suppose injuries, the only problem with having lots of sex partners is that other people want to have control over your body and don't like it when you make your own decisions about who you sleep with. Go fuck around if that's your thing. So long as you're doing everything consensually and clearly communicating your intentions, i.e. not leading people on, then you're not hurting anyone who actually has any stake in it. Slut-shamers can go deal with their own repressed sexuality and jealousy elsewhere. No one should ever be judged for the number of sexual partners they have. It's pretty simple, don't judge people for things they do that don't directly impact you. It isn't. Anyone who thinks it is probably lame and bad in bed. If you enjoy sex, enjoy it.